Honorable Senior Minister, my sharp brother, Minister for Youth and Sports, the head of the NYA and his two deputies, Professor Ken Atifa, my colleague, youth leaders, members of the diplomatic corps, boys here, girls here. Assalamu alaikum. Under the previous administration, it was always a fanfare when it was International Youth Day. At least today we are in the open. So we moved from the air-conditioned room at the conference center as it used to be to face the reality under the sun. Today, we are faced with big challenges across in terms of our youth. You have growing anxiety and growing uncertainty. And that is why at the least provocation, the youth will either see something or misbehave. Whilst we always condemn in no uncertain terms, government must also lead the way in quickening the process in helping provide jobs for our teeming youth. Boys Abr3. And I have no doubt in my mind that the government of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, that our senior minister is part of, and for him I've been on youth campaigns with him, so he's a senior youth. He understands our concern and passion. I also want to appeal to him on behalf of the private nurses who have finished school but yet still have not received clearance from government to be posted. We have nowhere to go, Mr. Senior Minister, and that is why we are running to government to help provide and lead the way. Some few weeks ago, they had to picket at the Ministry of Health, and we had to go and beg them. For how long can we beg them? They've been in and out under the previous government. I think our government must end the picketing so that they can also make ends meet. Again, on the issue of the generality of the youth, I also want to urge the youth of our country to take advantage of government's bold initiatives of this planting for food and jobs, of engaging the NEIP, where every business starts from conception. And once you have a government that is willing to invest right from the conception, when you think about the business, let's open up and engage these stakeholders. The NYA too, we want to plead with you, provide a platform for regular engagement with the youth. In the late 90s, in the early to the middle and the late 90s, the likes of Madam Christine Checha, Gladys Asma, and the rest led a formidable crusade to educate the girl child. I remember J.H. Mensah said, feminism is not an antagonistic crusade. But when it comes to the girl child, each and every one is determined that we should educate the girl child, forgetting that the girl child forms part of the larger group of the youth. But when it comes to youth development and advocating for the youth to also have their stay and status, it becomes a lackadaisical approach in solving it. Nana Addo recognizes the mandate that the youth of our country gave him, and we cannot fail the masses. I'm confident the president will deliver. But Mr. Senior Minister, let's double up, because time is also not on our side. So we wish you well. But after saying all this, let me also seize this 1 minute opportunity to also call to an end the unnecessary agitation sometimes at the least provocation. It doesn't make the fight for youth employment and the fight to also help the youth rise up any better. It doesn't make us look good when we seize lorry parks or car parks. It weakens our front when we are seizing offices. In any case, when you seize that office, you cannot be the district director. And if you sack the person who is occupying that office and you go to sit there, that doesn't mean your name is in the controller and accountant general's book. So you're only occupying space. And lastly, whilst we will not condone youth agitation, and whilst we also want to speak truth to power, the older guys too should stop using the youth to fight proxy war across the political spectrum. When some of the old guys want to engage the other colleagues, they finance the youth to use to fight that proxy war because they cannot go and fight it. So help give us jobs and we'll stop fighting this proxy war.